42 is the most sacred number in all of sports, and what Jackie did and how he carried himself with such grace and dignity throughout on and off the field was absolutely amazing. And you think about baseball's finest accomplishment, that is Jackie breaking the color barrier. But that battle still today goes on for equality, and you know, actions speak louder than words, and I love what the players are doing, I love what our organization is doing, I love what all of baseball is doing, and we need to keep working.
Jackie Robinson Day, always one of the most special days in baseball. Normally it's on the anniversary of his debut, April 15th. They still find a way to get it on the schedule, though, on what is the anniversary, the first time that Branch Rickey met with him and said, you're going to be the important guy that breaks that color barrier.
In light of what's going on, to raise more awareness to what Jackie meant for all of us in the civil rights movement is really important.
Jackie Robinson Day celebrates the life and accomplishments of one of Major League Baseball's most influential figures. But in this moment, considering recent events and the continued fight against racial injustice, today holds special significance to a Dodger coach who has a direct connection to the civil rights movement.
I can't even think of, without getting emotional about, you know, the story and my mom's story, for her to go do the things that she did and risk her life, and here I am, you know, debating whether I should kneel or I should wear a certain shirt or something, and we just need to be vocal and stand up for what's right, and that's what she did.
A few years ago, during a Dodger road trip to Washington, D.C., George Lombard shared his mother's story with his family.
Definitely some memories sitting up here. I have a photo probably when I'm about 7 or 8, right in front of that monument. It's also cool to have my kids here sharing those same experiences. George, do you know where you are?
Lincoln Memorial.
We get to do cool things like this, right?
George.
As a family, so you learn to get the kids out, and it makes you remember when you're a child and go through these times and with my mom and my brother and my sister and the importance of somebody like Dr. King and the freedom that he gave so many of us. It really wasn't that long ago, and we're still fighting for many of these rights of a lot of people.
The civil rights movement began in the 50s, but it was the nonviolent protest in the 60s that ultimately made a difference. From the sit-ins in Greensboro and Atlanta to the marches throughout the South, activists voiced opposition to segregation, and no one did it better than Dr. Martin Luther King.
When Martin Luther King gave a speech and everything, it was.
Did you know that? Mm-hmm. There are thousands of people that lined up all the way around here for him to deliver his speech. And you know your grandmother, who you never got a chance to meet, got to march with Martin Luther King. Did you know that, Jacob? Posey Lombard was my mother. She was one of 7 kids from Weston, Massachusetts. She knew what she believed in. She wanted to stand for it. She was one of these strong, powerful women that went to the South fighting for a cause that she strongly believed in.
After the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was signed, after 3 men were murdered by the Klan, and after Malcolm X was assassinated, King led a 54-mile march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama, to support black voter registration. Posey Lombard was among the thousands to arrive at the state capitol.
Doing the things she did when it was unheard of for a lot of people at the age of 22, going to Selma, going to Montgomery, going to Atlanta, and during these tough times and standing up for rights when she wasn't even an African American. So it's powerful.
Posey died in a car accident when her son was just 10 years old. And today, George's family and friends gather in his sister's D.C. area home to remember and share stories of this strong-willed woman whose legacy lives on through her art.
This has a purpose, an educational purpose, and that was what her work was about. Besides the art, it was to bring it to people's attention. So that passion you feel in the art, that's her art.
She had a vision. I think her time in the South, in Mississippi, when she first went down to work on the Civil Rights Movement, showed her a new way of people relating. It showed her how families were open and warm and loving and accepting, and that's what she wanted and saw for her family.
This message was awesome. To love, we must survive. To survive, we must fight. To fight, we must love.
It's a beautiful motto for posing.
Yeah.
That's what she was like. Loving, fighting. I mean, it was all about all of the causes we were concerned about back then. And I don't know if George has talked about how much Posey put herself on the line in the Civil Rights Movement. I mean, she was out there and she was arrested and beat up, and she kept going back, and she did what was right.
To think that she spent, 2 weeks at one time in jail, and some of the things they would do, why she's in prison, all this for a cause. I remember hearing that they would give it was a crowded jail cell from all the marchers, but give them all laxatives, and there's one toilet in the place, and so it was some hard times. To have these beliefs and stick to them, it's a testament to her beliefs. My brother's a defense attorney and was able to print out her FBI file and showed it to me, but like I said, it wasn't that long ago. It's 300 pages, and the language in it is just amazing to hear, when something happened. To hear the words, the way to describe, a black person, a white person, who they're hanging out with, they're being, phones were tapped, just from the day-to-day activities that my mom was doing was just being surveillanced and watched.
Their phone was tapped all the time. We went over to Alabama. We had called a friend of hers. And when we got to Alabama, there was a fire call, the police were waiting on her. They were back there talking to me, and she got out of the car. And I tried to tell her to stay in the car because I didn't want to rock the boat. They luckily they didn't do anything. They just held us for a good while. And you was in the car, asleep.
I was in the middle of it.
You never knew because you slept the whole time.
She definitely did not live her life in fear.
No, she didn't.
No.
Posey Lombard is also remembered in a book written by friends and classmates for her children.
The book was put together by Paula Einaudi, and she was a classmate of my mom's at Smith. And she moved to Atlanta with my mom and remained close throughout our childhood. She reached out to a number of classmates and teachers at Smith just to put some thoughts and words on paper to give to my brother, my sister, and myself. Cops in the KKK on horseback charged into our ranks and whipped a lot of heads. I lost track of Posey, but she was okay. We both survived. You read them once, you read them twice, you go over and over. I almost teared up just reading the one. And this is coming from someone that I've never met. It is important for her children to know where they have come from and how much their mother was admired and the impact of her life had on those of us who knew her. She has every right to be extremely proud of you all. You are essentially living the consequences of her hard work, a society vastly improved, even if still imperfect. She just wanted everyone to be treated equally. Where would we be without people like my mother? She's missed so much of her life between my brother, sister, and I, but deep down I know she sees every minute of her life.
The trade deadline was this afternoon at 1 o'clock, and the Dodgers did make a trade.
I think I was checking Twitter. The deadline had already passed 15 minutes. And all of a sudden, Andrew Friedman pops up on my phone, and you basically know what that means.
Instead of acquiring a starting pitcher, the Dodgers sent one away, one of the truly great guys in the clubhouse and in all of baseball, Ross Stripling.
It was something from our standpoint that was extremely difficult, just on a personal level, for all of us. Just the amount of respect we have for Ross as a pitcher, as a person, is incredibly high. We had a really good conversation. He deserves and should be starting every fifth day.
Ross Stripling's been, again, like a guy who's been very reliable, really good weapons, incredible secondary options, and he's throwing harder this year.
looking at Dodgers fan Twitter and just general social media stuff, there's a lot of, man, you really got a good one. You're really going to love this guy in Toronto, all this stuff. How's that make you feel when you see stuff like that?
That's awesome. That's been one of the best parts about this whole thing, is seeing some teammates and people from the Dodgers organization reaching out and, putting in kind words for me. And that's what it's all about.
I consider Strip a close friend, and he's just always happy. It's fun to see him at the field, and I made a joke, his upper body days in the weight room are legendary, so that's what he lived for. So I missed that. I miss seeing him down there. But, hopefully it's better for his career. Hopefully he gets to start every fifth day in Toronto for a couple years and, proves himself, and it'll, be a lot better for his career that way for sure.
Ross Stripling's career got off to a memorable start in 2016 when he was called up to make his major league debut against the Dodgers' arch rivals.
Throwing me right into the fire, into a major baseball rivalry that's been playing since back when they were in New York, For me, it's just go out and execute pitches and, get into a routine and get some momentum going, and we'll be fine after that.
26-year-old out of Texas in his big league debut. He's thrown 91 pitches, and the Giants still don't have a hit. A loop at right center that Puig runs under for the first out of the 8th. He's 5 outs away. Just misses. That's ball 4. On the 100th pitch of the night.
I was going to keep competing, keep battling, obviously, until they took me out.
Dave Roberts comes out of the dugout.
And then I saw he pointed down to the mound, and I just kind of felt a little weight off my shoulders.
I'm excited for Ross, the way he threw the baseball tonight, and he attacked hitters, executed a game plan. He has something really good to build on.
Two years later, Stripling experienced his most successful season as a Dodger and earned a spot on the 2018 National League All-Star team.
Of the 20 Dodgers that are here, staff and players, somehow my jersey didn't make it, while everyone else's did. It's all right. I get to be Matt Kemp for a day.
What, man? I saw it.
And now it's time to meet the All-Star teams. From the Los Angeles Dodgers, Ross Stripling.
It was really special. Seeing your face on the Jumbotron, getting introduced in an All-Star game. Who knows how many times you'll get to see that, So tip your cap and look for your family in the stands.
Stripling was also active off the field, where he is a licensed stockbroker and founder and co-host of the Big Swing podcast.
What's beautiful about being a Dodgers, I have a great network of guys around me that, obviously have really cool stories. We would come home and just hop on the sticks and play Fortnite, man. It'd be like you, me, Cingrani, Seager, and we were okay.
I feel bad joining people that are good because I literally hold them back. I just bring nothing to the table.
Welcome to another episode of the Big Swing Podcast.
Strip hasn't changed a bit. He's the same guy. Become pretty good buddies. I ask him financial tips all the time, and he's my president of my fantasy football team, and so, he does a lot more than baseball. It's great.
A few days after his friend and teammate was traded to Toronto, Clayton Kershaw took the mound at Dodger Stadium with a chance to reach a career milestone.
Clayton Kershaw 3 strikeouts away from 2,500 for his career. Should get that tonight as the Dodgers go for the sweep of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And strikes him out looking. Strikeout number 2,499. Now 1 shy of 2,500 for his career and 3 shy of the Hall of Famer Christy Mathewson. Being associated with names like that and getting to see your name on, different types of leaderboards and stuff is cool. It's not cool. It's just hard to grasp, really. Curveball for his 3rd strikeout of the night and strikeout number 2,500 in Clayton Kershaw's career.
2 more strikeouts are going to be rolling out another one.
I can't say enough about him. But yeah, that's quite an accomplishment to be in that elite company. He's only going to continue to work his way up the list, but really excited for him.
0-2 pitch. He struck him out on the corner, and on 3 pitches, he has tied Christy Mathewson on the all-time strikeout list. That is amazing.
It's obviously a huge honor, and thankful that I've been able to be here long enough to do it, and hopefully can keep going.
Next on Backstage Dodgers, a top prospect prepares for his break at the team's alternate training site.
Oh, God. Got it. Got it.
With baseball's minor league shut down this season due to COVID-19, every major league club is allowed an extra pool of players who are placed on a designated 60-man roster and are eligible to be called up to the majors. The players in this pool train at an alternate site during the season, away from the major league club.
With this pandemic, you just don't know how it could affect any team. Without having minor league baseball this season, getting guys, prospects, repetitions, at-bats, bullpens, innings, whatever it might be, was paramount. And so a lot of our guys that are at the alternate site are guys that are prospects that need those at-bats and innings.
The Dodgers' alternate site is at nearby USC, which has suitable baseball facilities and a nearly empty campus due to the school's fall semester classes being online only. It is here where some of the Dodger organization's top prospects sharpen their skills and stay in shape as they await a potential call to the majors.
Normally around this time of the year, minor leaguers will be wrapping up their season or getting ready for a playoff run. Some prospects will be getting that first call. You know, September call-ups, you know, it's a time where a lot of lives are changed during September, you know, for arms that's needed or, of course, an extra bat. So a lot missing this year, but here we are at USC working, you know, having this facility to ourselves. We couldn't ask for a better setup. Now, we have to get creative individually and as a group, collectively. Just throwing different things at them, whether it's base running situations, hitting situations, defensive placement, and just something to keep them going, keep trying to mock that game-like feel on a day-to-day basis. Some of these guys will be in position to get called up, so we want to make sure that they're ready.
One of the prospects waiting for his first call to the majors is outfielder DJ Peters. The 6'6" Glendora native was drafted by the Dodgers in 2016 and had reached AAA Oklahoma City by last season. In a normal year, Peters would most likely have been a September call-up, but in the COVID-shortened 2020 season, he is focused on staying ready and healthy at the alternate training site, where everyone must adhere to strict safety protocols.
How are you? Doing well.
Every other day we're doing COVID testing, so like today was a COVID testing day.
This one might take a while.
We have to eat in the stands, everything's to go. You know, we have lockers, every other locker. You know, we have to, you know, only use our stuff, and you have to stay 6 feet apart.
See you guys, a couple days. Yeah, DJ. Sure. Good day, man.
I have to drink coffee. The ultimate goal is, you know, to win a World Series, and you know, if we could help down here and do our part, I know that up there they are definitely doing their part. So we all just have to stay ready and healthy, and just in case we get that opportunity.
Oh. What's up, Mikey? You guys want to talk to me now or what?
Spring training got canceled. Actually stayed out in Arizona for about 2 or 3 days and packed up the Airbnb we were in, and then drove home. Me and my fiance drove home. It was kind of like off-season part 2. We didn't really know when we were going to come back, and then when I heard about the minor league season getting shut down, it sucked for sure. But I knew that in some aspect I'd be a part of what was going on because of me being on the 40-man. So, like I said, just staying ready to go every day and, just, grinding for sure. Catch, bags.
You want to knock it out first, or you want to go to cage first?
Let's do defense first.
What do you want to partner over?
If you're cool with that. We get here around 8:30 every day, and we have kind of a little bit like a 2.5 hour little practice before, whether that's cage, BP, individual defense, and then we play a game. Some days it's 2 innings, some days it's 9 innings. We're definitely staying ready to go because anybody from this player pool can go up at any point. I wish we were playing today, man. Don't you?
Yeah, I said we're not going to be stretching until like Friday.
No, we got a game tomorrow.
Oh, do we?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Maybe not Friday, depends on the pitching.
That's what I meant. We're playing next Tuesday.
We have one of the best systems in all of baseball, and all of the best players are here right now. So being able to play against the best of the best, we're just trying to kind of replicate how a regular season would be. Rocking the Bues, huh?
Rocking the Bues, dude.
Butanes, huh?
What do you want? They're worlds more comfortable.
Those are very luxy. You have to stay loose, you have to stay confident, you have to stay relaxed, and we all like to feed off each other. I like to talk, I like to have fun, and for me, I feel like if I'm energetic, it'll help the guys that love being here. Working on the weekend like usual. Way off on the deep end like usual. Oh, God. Got it. Got it. Like a cat. My glove's the best. Oh, maybe put on some like little baby or something. I know you like some little baby. Yep. Did I make it? Things have been going really good here over at USC, and I feel great, and every day just trying to get a little bit better. Real good throws. Can't wait to get called up and get the opportunity. Yeah, let's do it.
I love the kid, man. I'm rooting for him. I hope that he can, hopefully put it together on a consistent basis and get some time. He has a big league makeup written all over him, so it's all about, timing, of course.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next Backstage Dodgers and a peek into the Dodgers broadcast booth. On the next Backstage Dodgers.
Mookie Betts with a leadoff home run.
Go on the road with Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser.
Perfect example right away why this is hard. You think it's gone. You're not totally sure.